What is numerology? Now, numerology is simply just numbers, okay? I know that sounds pretty basic. That sounds about right. Numer, you hear the prefix, you think in numbers. Yeah, that's practically what it is. The reason why I want to talk about the importance of numerology is because, man, numbers are practically in everything we're using in society. Practically everything, mathematics, everything in day to day life. So, why numerology is so important? I'm sure you've heard of the quotes millionaires don't use astrology, but billionaires do. There's a reason for this. And the reason for this is because astrology and numerology, and you mix in a little bit of the Chinese numerology, are very accurate because all these theories tie into the fact that we are spiritual beings, right? It ties into the fact that we're all elements, right? And these pathways that I'm trying to speak of end up being basically broken down to a language called numerology. Now, why numerology is so important is because there are so many important factors that go into numerology per se. For example, there are people that are born leaders, and these people are normally coming from life path 1. And life path 1, right? This life path usually is a leadership role. It's a divine masculine role. Life path 1 embodies this leader role, right? So some examples of what would be life path 1 is, so an example of life path 1 is someone born on the first, and the first letter of the alphabet is A, usually stands for argumentative, and these people are usually lawyers, arguers, and things of that nature in the leader category. And the reason I want to really dive deep into numerology per se is because there's a specific number that I really want to talk about. The big number 28. Now, why is the number 28 so important? Now, I want this number to be embedded in everyone's head from this point forward. The number 28 is the most important number. That is the most important number, okay? The reason why I say number 28 is the most important number is because it is quite literally because this is the number that equates to money. Not only does it equate to money, it is the life pathway that is beyond exceptional. Okay? And I'm going to explain what I mean by that now. What do I mean by beyond exceptional? What does 28 pathway mean? Okay? I'm going to give you an example what I mean. So why is numerology so important, right? Because basically it is just the energy we are imprinted with when we are born. Think of life as a think of your body as a physical vessel, right? But the interior is the elements, the soul, the true divine who you are, right? These elements, right? The numerology simplifies it even more, right? Now, there's a specific life path I want to specifically dive into right now, right? The number 28. Now, the number 28 is so important. I keep saying this because it's so important. But the number 28, right? Let me give you an example of someone who's a life path 28, right? Andrew Tate. Life path 28. Add up his birthday, life path 28. That man embodies influence. He is basically influence in generation, in media, in society right now. He is influence, right? He is also a very wealthy man. He talks about his Bugattis A ton. He is an extremely wealthy man. 28 life path. Done with Andrew Tate there. Let's talk about an even wealthier man. And a man that's been. I read his book, so I know exactly his journey. A man that traveled to India to find his inner soul. Steve Jobs. 28 life path. Incorporated Apple. 28. Funded Apple. 28. There is no coincidence going on here. 28 is a spiritual number. It is a spiritual number that it ties into a soul-bearing thing that will just bring you so much wealth. I can't even explain it. But the number 28 is embedded in a lot of things, finance-wise, or just influence-wise. Think about how Steve Jobs has so much influence. Apple is the most biggest company out there. Everyone has an Apple, iPhone, AirPods, watch. The list goes on and on. The dynamic that he brought out of being a life path 28, astronomical. That's why I think life path 28 is the most influential thing, most influential person you could probably become. And now I'm thinking to myself, is this something can I manipulate time and make a 28? Or does 28 just come out and it just happens naturally? I don't know. Right? But that's the beauty of numerology. You don't have to know. You just have to know what the numbers mean. And if you could use the numbers to your benefit, even better. Now let me dive into my number, right? So I'm a 9 life path. Which is a little bit different from the 28s. Yeah, so the 9 life path, it really induces a completionist, which the completionist is always at odds with completion and ego, right? Now, some people I could give you that are life path 9. Jordan Peterson, extremely intelligent man, influential man. Jim Carrey, influential man. Odd, influential, intelligent, wealthy. Joseph Stalin. So when you read online about life path 9, you'll see a lot of different things. I think you will see a lot of things in the realm of humanitarian, things of that nature. But there's nuance, because when I just mentioned Joseph Stalin, a man that killed millions and millions of people, there's not much humanitarian there. The 9th life path is very unique. Very, very unique. This is a topic I'm going to dive into more later. I will dive into the 9th pathway later. But if you want to have a kid, right? Make sure you tell your wife, I want to have him on the 28th. Whenever you want to do a financial decision, the 28th. You're buying a house, 28th. You're starting a business, 28th. You're having a wedding, the 28th. Look, the 28th is a special number for a reason, all right? And if you don't believe me, start looking for your own trends. Start looking for ways that will prove what I'm saying. Numerology is real. This is real, okay? These pathways are real, okay? It's a burden and a blessing too, okay? But you have to praise to God and just be focused, man. All right, that's it.